Hey y'all, we are back. But I'm by myself today. DeAndre I actually don't know where he is. So DeAndre, if you're here, say hello. But it's just me today. So let's hop right into it because we have a fun episode. So welcome to Cultivating Conversations with DP Squared, the number one. Oh, hey DeAndre, he said, hey, okay, he's here. The number one podcast in all of Washington, D.C., okay? My name is Deja, and I'm here by myself. Like I said, it's a girls only, ladies only podcast. We're going to be celebrating Black motherhood. It's the end of Black History Month. We're trying to wrap it up in a good way. So real quick, I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us. The people who watch live, the people who watch after the fact. I know people always tell me they watch after, so thank you for that. But we have two special guests today, okay? We have some amazing moms joining us in the podcast. We're going to have Jasmine and Shanita, so I'm gonna pop them up real quick. Hey, y'all.
Hi, guys.
Hey. So real quick, I got to say this because I got to explain how I know y'all. So Jasmine is my god sister. I have so many memories with her, like just being young. I always just looked up to her, wanted to be her. She was just so cool to me. Always had like such a great spirit and so loving, and just someone that I feel like when I was growing up, I didn't have that many people that were just like had good energy. So I really appreciated that being like younger. And then
Thank you, Day.
You're welcome. And then Shanita, I know you through my mom, which I know she's already saying stuff. She said, hello, two of my faves. Hey, Mom, we see you.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Hey, Mommy.
You really helped me with like when I was trying to figure out my resume. Your resume is probably still in my house somewhere in here. So that just being instrumental in trying to help me through my like career was very helpful for me. So thank y'all for joining us.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. But if you all want to, you can say more about yourself if you want. But if not, I can get right into it. It's up to y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Shanita Boyd. I mean, you summed it up. I'm Shanita Boyd in the DMV. I'm very excited to be here for this opportunity. I'm 35. Am I 35 now? Ooh. No, I am turning 35 in August. Let me not age myself. I'm 35 in August. I have one daughter, Harley. She may pop one. I don't know.
That is
later.
Crazy.
Oh, is your?
No, we're gonna get to. I'm gonna tell you in a second.
Yeah, she's 8. The joy of my life, an amazing little girl. So that's me. She's my life.
Yes, I agree. Hi y'all. I'm Jasmine. Again, I'm Deja's god sister. My daughter is Marley. She's 5. She's 5. She's spontaneous. She's sassy. She's a bundle of everything. Like she's really a vibe, honestly. Yeah, I'm excited and happy. Thank you for having me here today, and I can't wait to get started.
Yes, no, thank y'all so much. I guess real quick too, because y'all were kind of saying that just now, but can y'all tell me like one of your favorite things you like to do with your child? So I'll start with you, Jasmine, since you just kind of finished.
Some things I like to do with Marley, we like TikTok.
Oh my gosh.
So I like to do some of the dances with her. Mm-hmm. Of course, we go to the jump park. We could do like our little what are the things we like to do? The books. It's the little books. She can do her work, her alphabets, like over her, just make her more like in tune to what she needs to know as far as her letters, her numbers, colors, things like that. Just simple things, but more so of like have fun with her, just spend time with her, be around her, just build that bond. As her mom, also as her friend. Sometimes, not all the time, but just have like a good relationship with her.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think for me, a lot of what you said. And then also, I think the biggest is us having like new experiences together. I really enjoyed like traveling with Harley. And oftentimes she brings along a friend with her, but I don't know. It's so beautiful. It's so different. And I really feel like our relationship grows so much deeper when her and I are just like away from our normal routine in life. And yeah, I definitely think that's the best part. And then just being outdoors, like me and her love hiking. Well, I love hiking and she's growing a love for hiking. So, but just being outside, away from life's distractions, I definitely think that's the best thing.
Yeah. I try to call myself an outdoors person, but I don't think
Look, you
I
have
lying to myself.
Yeah.
Gina, did you like know you always wanted to be a mom, or was it something like you grew into? How was it for you?
always wanted to be a mom. Although I'm a big kid at heart, I don't know. I feel like I have this nurturing piece of me, and I don't know. I just felt like I would be a wonderful mom. And maybe that's me being a little arrogant. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I have so much love, and I just wanted to share it with someone else, and to be able to I really look forward. I mean, I don't want Harley to grow up super fast, but I really look forward to her being an adult, and just seeing how I contributed to that person that she is or that she'll become. So I think, I think I always have. But what's really funny too? I thought that I was gonna have 5 kids. No joke. A really big. I come from a big family, but that is not the case. I have, and I think we're done.
Yeah.
What about you, Jasmine?
For me, I would say I grew into it, because sometimes you aren't ready for certain things, but you make yourself ready and you get yourself ready for when the situation comes at hand. So with time, I feel like I'm getting better. As far as the love, the nurture, all of that. I've had that as well, as far as having little cousins, having little babies, my friends, even with my friends, some of my friends had kids before me, and I would babysit their kids before I even had my own. So yeah, but I feel like I grew to have, I grew into the mother that I am right now, because there's no book for motherhood. You gotta, it just flows, honestly.
Yeah. And I appreciate that. And I just want to say I appreciate you both for just being honest and open, and because everyone has different experiences and stuff.
Right.
And I know people feel free to put questions in the chat and stuff, but I just want to make sure I preface that, because it's not, me and DeAndre always think it's easy for people to come up here and talk about their business like we do, but it's not easy. You have to get comfortable with this. So,
Right.
I just want to make sure I say I appreciate that from y'all. And DeAndre asks, how important is family when raising a kid? So whoever wants to start, you can.
Judy?
Yeah, sure. I think so. Major. So I think that I'll first say, and this is kind of one of the lessons that I've learned along the way. For me, my faith has really become a significant factor in my life right now. And I'll say that following God's design is super important, meaning to have sorry, that's my daughter popping in the back, meaning a 2-parent household, and having a support system if you can. Not all of us are fortunate enough to have our mothers and fathers and all that stuff to help us along the way. I know I have a wonderful circle support system that I'm so blessed for, but family is super important. And I would again say that having a 2-parent household is paramount. I think.
Agreed.
And I'll get into, and I'm not one. I'm a single mom. But
we are together.
I've learned that it makes a world of difference. That God designed that for a reason, and I'm seeing that now.
She said everything that I needed to say, wanted to say. Yeah, my tribe, my back end, they were my biggest support through it all, and still are, honestly. So yeah, Shanita summed it all up for me.
Yeah, I guess along those same lines a little bit, when it comes to parenting styles, do you see any similarities between your parenting styles that you had adopted just naturally, that you look back and be like, dang, my parent used to do that? And it can be positive or negative, but yeah.
Maybe how I talk to Marley, because my mom's very soft spoken. As far as loving on her, caring on her, just being there for her through anything, even though she's just 5. I mean, I got a ways to go, but just being there for her, how my mom was there for me. To this day, I can call my mom about anything. And that's the same thing I want for Marley. Honestly, I want her to be comfortable to talk to me about, when I say anything, anything, because I'd rather for her to talk to me about it first, because you never know. I've probably been through it. I probably haven't, but like I could probably guide her through
Yeah.
what what's right and what's wrong. And she's already strong minded now.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be such an issue, but yeah, just nurturing on her, like just loving on her. I feel like that's how my mom was with me, and I feel like I'm like that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
What about you, Shanita?
awesome. So I'll say that me and my mom's parenting styles are different. Not that hers is bad and mine is right. But definitely she had a more permissive parenting style. So we're both nurturing and loving and all that great stuff. But I think that she didn't necessarily have like minimal expectation, like this is what I expect your future to look like, this is how you're going to get there. It was more laissez-faire, like you guys be good kids and live your
Wow.
life, like that kind of thing. Like go to school, do your homework, I'm not going to like hover over your shoulder, and if something goes wrong, then I'm going to be there and we're going to talk about it, and then there's going to be a problem, like that type of situation. Me, I think I'm a bit more authoritative. Harley definitely is like a more structured child. Like I have expectations. She knows that there's consequences. She's a little bit more fearful in her actions and how she carries out her day, because she's like, oh wait, I mean, and this could be a bad thing, to be honest. But she's definitely a little bit more fearful in like her actions, a little more cognizant of, oh, how is my mom gonna feel? How is this person gonna feel? But I do give her the opportunity to communicate openly with me. Like the child will tell on herself. Like she goes to school and she's like, Mom, I said a bad word. So yeah, so that I do find a lot of comfort in that, like knowing that, okay, she feels comfortable coming to talk to me. But there's definitely clear expectation, clear guidelines. Like I want you to go to college. I want you to do this. These are our values, and we're sticking to it. Got it? Like that kind of thing. So
Yeah. Have you seen that? That when you said that made me think of that TikTok. Have you seen that TikTok where the girl, or I guess it's a trend where they've been saying they're letting the kid like say curse words or something without like the kid. What they say is like the kid
You
is
got to
in
go
the
in the bath. They can only say the curse words in the bathroom.
yeah, or something like that.
Yeah,
And
I
they
saw
oh
it's on
really?
TikTok.
yeah,
Yes,
and the
Oh
kids
god.
they've been like going in on the curse words because they
Oh
think
my
it's on camera.
goodness.
I saw that.
I'm gonna have to look at that one.
Yeah.
I
But
saw that.
yeah, my mom said no subjects are off limits. Oh yeah, some of that are you guys over or under protective of your child?
I would say over,
Or
because too much.
Same.
I would say over, only because there's too much things going on in the world, and
mm,
like I don't want her to experience or go through anything negative,
mm,
especially at this young age. If I can keep her tucked under, then as long as I can, then that's what I'll do.
mm,
So I would definitely say overprotective. Since she's been a kid, there's only three places she goes, and that's with my mom, her godmother, or her Mimi. Um, she hangs with her dad. Like they do stuff outside of his home.
mm,
But yeah, I don't too much sleep. But she's still 5. I mean, we're gonna get there, and I'm still probably gonna be like that when she gets 8 or 9, as far as like just going to somebody's house and
yeah.
like overprotective.
Mm-hmm. Same for you, Shanita.
Absolutely. And it's so funny that you mentioned the going to someone's house. Harley just got invited to a sleepover, and I was like, oh, heck no. Like, not happening.
Yeah.
Although I will say there's certain individuals that like I feel comfortable with. Like Harley, she has had sleepover. She stayed over people's house. I mean, I can count on one hand, most of it being family.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, same thing. I want to protect her. To the point, I think it's a little detrimental, because when she does go through things, it's like, I think I'm doing her more harm. Like today at school, my mom picked her up and she called me in the car and she's like, I don't want to go back to aftercare because they're going to be upset with me because some girl was like picking on her. And she's like, and I don't want to go back. And so like I pull her out. It's like I'm there to solve her every problem. She was in private school, a Christian private school, and she cried every day. I pulled her out. She's in competitive cheer. She cried. I pulled her out. So it's like, I need to find that line that fine line where it's like, all right, you can protect your child, but it's so important to allow them to experience things in life, because you don't want their hurt to be the first time when they're grown and on their own and, you know, life falls apart. So yeah, but I'm definitely overprotective now, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that, because I think my mom was the same way. Like if I told her someone made me feel uncomfortable, and not in like a inappropriate way, but just if, you know, being mean or just overly like strict, or was an activity that I just did not like, she was like, okay, you don't have to do it no more. If it's a teacher, like, the teacher talking rude to me, she coming to the school, like that's how I felt protected. But it was over time, she would say, you need to stick this out. Like you can't just think you can run from every after school activity just because you don't feel like doing it right now. So I think, yeah, I guess it takes time to figure out the balance between that, because I got so used to being like, I ain't got to do this. My mom going to come pick me up. But then it started becoming like, no, Deja, you have to stick with something that you said you're going to do. So I don't know how y'all going to find that balance. I don't got the answer to that.
Like, about what age did that happen?
Yeah, because I definitely think that was middle school, because in elementary, she kind of was just like, you don't have to do it if you don't want it, you know? Or like I had a dentist who was just very harsh on my teeth and was weird and stuff. And she was like, well, we finding another dentist. But I just think I do love that parents will listen to their child. But I guess when in middle school, I got too comfortable with just thinking I could get away with stuff. She was like, no, girl, you need to stick with it. So I guess it's just, it take time. But someone said there's no such thing as overprotective. I guess that could be true, I guess.
Well, I'm going to take it. I'm going to appreciate that.
Yeah. But in the first few months of being a mom, what advice would you have given yourself back then that you kind of know now?
I can go first. Okay. Definitely being a great mother does not equate to perfection. I'm a perfectionist in a lot of ways. And I felt like as a mother, I had to be the same way. And I'm telling you, like, I stress myself out so much. I mean, even now I do, but like I stress myself out so much. And it's like, there's no such thing as a perfect mother. There's no book. Like it's you live and you learn. Your child's going to be okay. They're not going to die. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, as long as you're giving your best, you have to find comfort in that. So it's exactly what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait, we can't hear you, Jasmine. Yeah, I don't know if the AirPod went out. I'm not sure. Can you hear Shanita? Is it just me?
No, I can't.
Oh, you can hear us? That's weird. I was gonna say, I wonder if.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys.
No, you're great.
For me, something I would have told myself back then, even though I do have the great support that I have right now, mine would probably be actually like just maybe wait. If you don't feel like you're ready to actually be a mom as of yet, like if you feel like that's not something you should do, I think you should just wait. Like do the preventative things from actually going to that process of having a child. Because I mean, everybody at an appropriate age has sex, but do it the right way. Especially for myself, even though he is a present father now, Marley's dad was not there through me carrying her. I don't wish that on anybody. That's not something, it's not fun. That's why I say I thank God for my family, because especially my mom, because she was there. So yeah, it would be just make sure you actually ready. Make sure the person that you are carrying this child with is ready as well.
Yeah, that's a great point.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, someone said, it sounds like you ladies are all doing a great job with so much love. Parenting is such a journey and we are all still learning. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Can
you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I didn't have the AirPods in just now. Okay. I'm glad you can hear me. Sorry.
Yeah. And my mom said, thanks for being vulnerable. Yeah, for sure. Through motherhood, what is something that you have learned about yourself as a woman? So maybe not necessarily about being a parent, but just something you learned about just being a woman. in general?
I have more patience now.
Mm-hmm.
I can say my patience has grown
Mm-hmm.
more, because you have to have a lot of patience, especially with having a young one. I know it gets better with time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say it would be my patience
Mm-hmm.
because I'm an only child. So like I don't have to worry about doing this, but like I don't have no siblings, anything. So it was just me all the time. So I just had to worry about myself. So now that I actually have someone that I have to care for, that I have to be there for, like the patience comes. It's
Mm-hmm.
coming. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
coming.
That's a good one.
It is. I think for me that I am a lot softer than I ever knew.
Mm-hmm.
For the folks that knew me before, I don't know, maybe your mom can even attest to this, but to the folks that knew me before, like I was pretty hardcore. Like people would say that I had a cold heart. Not that I was evil, but that, you couldn't hurt my feelings, you couldn't tell me anything, didn't really care what you had to say, like that kind of thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was it. But now I cry over everything. And I don't know if it's a hormonal thing, but like I'm a
Mm-hmm.
super emotional person. But it makes me feel good though. It's like wow, like this is a whole other side. I mean, at a complete 180. Like you're a soft, good, nurturing, sweet person, Shanita. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's, that's
definitely.
that's crazy you said. I feel the exact same way. I think growing up, I was just very like,
Not
I
a
would
cat.
call it mean. I was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
get out of my face. I'm no nonsense. I'm focused on myself. Like,
Right.
just nothing could make hurt my feelings. Or I would think that it did hurt my feelings, but I've
yeah,
learned that stuff did hurt my feelings. I just didn't give myself the chance to be vulnerable enough to, I guess, feel it. But yeah, I'm happy now that I'm much more vulnerable, much more like loving, affectionate, because those are things I wanted to. I always felt like that's what I was at my core. But when you grow up, stuff happens to you where you like lose the parts of yourself that you once had, and you got to kind of
yeah.
relearn it again or try to,
Yeah.
yeah, bring it back. So I definitely feel what you're saying with that. But as someone who, I wouldn't have said this some years ago, but someone who does want to be a mom at some point, me, like, do y'all have a piece of advice? And you kind of touched on this before with some other things y'all said, but do you have a piece of advice for just future moms in general? And it could be anything. I know, Jasmine, you mentioned about like making sure that you're ready, which I think is a great point. But if there's any other stuff that y'all feel like would be helpful to just share with anyone who might, especially with Black women too. If there's anything specific, I don't know whether it's like asking questions at the hospital, whatever. Just what are some things that y'all might suggest?
Go ahead, Shanita. You can have this one.
All right. So I have a couple of things.
Okay.
So, and you just actually made me think of another point. But it really bothers me now when people say that, oh, you can never be prepared for parenthood, right? True, but not true. There's so many things that we can do, and especially like in the Black community, like as Black mothers, like there's this whole like it being a single mom has become like so acceptable
Mm,
in the Black community and the Caucasian community, and just period amongst women. Like it's become so acceptable, and we're so empowering of women, and all that stuff is wonderful and great. However, a two-parent household. Well, let me backtrack. God's design was set up so that you could have the mother and that you can have the father. I mean, you can choose to do whatever you want to do. Obviously, I love everybody. Okay,
mm,
you can choose to do whatever you want to do, but you need a man and you need a woman to produce a child. And I think that was set up that way for. Well, I know that was set up that way for a reason. And
mm,
so, like, it kind of like I don't know. It kind of bothers me, especially being, I can say these things because I'm a single mother, right? I'm raising my child. I do 99% of everything. I provide for her 99%.
mm,
And so I feel like I have the right to say these things, but I think that like, it's really like troublesome that society is like encouraging young girls and encouraging women to, oh yes, you can do it. You are a she woman, you don't need a man to
mm,
help you, but it makes life so much more difficult. Like
mm,
I think about how like I again, I'm her sole financial provider. Every doctor appointment, every time she gets sick, I have to call off of work. Every parent teacher conference, I have to do it. Every activity, it's like it's all on you. And that kind of takes away from you being able to truly enjoy motherhood. And like, I feel like, although I love my daughter more than anything in the world, but I feel like at least for the past 8 years, maybe the Lord will bless me with my husband very soon. But but I feel like I think he is working on it. But I feel like yes, but I feel like these past like 8 years has been like it's been more of a task. Like it's been more of a job. And that's not how motherhood was designed to be. Like, we were designed to spend time with our kids, to enjoy those moments, to not have to, I mean, obviously there's stress in everything that you do, but that stress is multiplied being a single parent. And so like, I just would say, get married, have your kid, have money in the bank, because kids are super expensive. And I know me, and this is me being super vulnerable, like, I was in a really bad place like a couple of years ago. I did really good. I worked really hard. I always had 2 jobs. Like, I would go when I was at DHS. I don't know if your mama knew this, but like, I would like go to the day job, DHS, and then I would leave and go to my overnight job. And like, yeah, and like get like maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Like, I've always been like super hardworking, go getter, all that stuff. And saving money and all this great stuff. And I was able to like buy my house as a single mom at 25. But it's like, I don't know, like, all that could have been so much more simpler had I done things the right way. And I wouldn't take it back. I love my baby, and God placed her with me for a reason. But do it the right way, in my book, in my opinion, according to my values and standards.
I definitely agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And don't overwhelm yourself for future moms. Like, don't overwhelm yourself. Like, in the future, for future mothers, don't overwhelm yourself, and give yourself a little bit of me time. Because it's always needed, just to get that little press pause really fast, just so you could be that person for your kid. Just don't overwhelm yourself. In due time, as they get older, it gets better, I feel. So yeah, she pretty much said everything. The 2-parent household, I get it. I would say I had a 2-parent household a few years in my life. But my dad is still in my life. He's still around. We still talk. He's involved in Marley's life. He was there when I had her. He came down when I had her. So, I mean, I've experienced a 2-parent household, and then I experienced a single parent household. So I know both ends. So I get both. But yeah, if you are a single mom, don't overwhelm yourself. Hopefully you do have that support to where you can have your me time. Because that's definitely important. Because you'll go crazy.
For sure.
You'll go crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, no, I definitely, again, I'm getting a headache just listening. I'm like, but I really do appreciate that, because I don't know. I just think that, especially on social media, it's all cute, like, oh, the pictures and
that's all
gender reveal parties and like all this stuff. It looks so cute. It's like, but people don't, and they're probably going through that stuff too. People don't understand all the intricate pieces of the journey. Yeah. It's just like, I'm glad that y'all shared that, because social media will have you want to do exactly what people are doing, and it's just not. It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Oh yeah.
And
if I can really quickly, Jasmine said something. You said something about making me time, like having me time, and I have just started doing that. I'd say like in the past 2 years, and there was like so much guilt. Like, and I don't know if there's other moms on the call that, have felt this, but there's like this incredible amount of guilt of wanting to do anything for yourself. So I would say, and you kind of say this, like, prepare yourself to be okay with like leaving your child. I remember the first time I left Harley, we went to New York, and it was for a friend's birthday. It was a group of us went away, and like I left in the middle of the night on the first night, and she was with her dad at this point. Harley was with her dad, but I was like, no, oh my gosh, I'm being such a bad mom. Like, how dare you leave your child? So I got up in the middle of the night and left and caught a train back home.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, like I felt so bad. I'm like, you are such a terrible mom. Like I was talking to my friend sitting in the other bed. I'm like, I gotta go. So I think that's so important to like be mentally prepared for everything that comes along with that, and that's separating from your child.
Yeah, that sounds like
That was good.
Marley's godmom. She's very attached to her son because this is her first child as well. I wish we maybe next time she can come here and speak, but she's like that as well. Like to this day, and even though he is 2, like just like for instance, like she would probably take him to the nail shop. Like, and I say me time, that I include, like I would say that's me time. Like like even though we do have little girls she needed, and of course I take Marley to get her nails and toes painted and things like that, but sometimes I just want to go do that by myself for just I'll be right back. I'll be right back, and we'll go
and it's okay
once we get back. Yeah, but sometimes you just need that little quick little breather, and then you come back to it. I feel because it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
I think people forget that like moms are human. I know I used to forget my mom was a human. I'd be like, you're supposed to do everything. Like, you know, but you realize it's like, when you get older, it's just like people are humans at the same time. They get annoyed too. Like moms get annoyed too. They want to be by themselves too. They want to do their own.
Yes, I tell Harley that now. Can you just leave me alone? I'm really with her
for a second, please.
Yeah,
just for a second.
Yeah, no, that's Shanita, I think there's someone that you know named Tamika. She said, true story. Shanita is a wonderful, selfless mother. So
thank you, Tamika. Yes, Tamika's one of my besties.
Oh, hey Tamika. But, no, I appreciate y'all for real. That's really all I had today. I just thank y'all so much for just like being with me today as we wanted to celebrate Black motherhood. I think sometimes people get so used to y'all doing everything and doing it well that people don't give you your flowers. So I just want to say that I know y'all are amazing moms just from my own perspective. And so I just want to make sure we shout y'all out and celebrate you. And thank you for everything that you're doing. And but yeah, so that's cute.
That is cute. Wait, how do I find that? Let me see.
Oh, the other day my laptop. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining, everyone who hopped on. I saw some new names and stuff. So appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining me as well. This is my first time doing a podcast by myself, and y'all made it so easy. So thank you.
You did great.
Thanks. But DeAndre will be back next week. He's not sick. So. But yeah, did y'all have any last things you want to say before we hop off?
Just thank you again for having me and allowing me to be vulnerable. It really is something that like I'm working on. Like I said, I have my little hardcore self. So thank you. And it was so good to see you. And Miss D, you raised an amazing woman.
Damn.
Tell her she should be
shout out to your
glad.
mom.
She should be grateful.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate that. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, same. Thank you, Day. I really did. Even though I was nervous, I don't know if whoever's watching, if you could tell, yes, I was nervous. But
I couldn't tell.
No, not at all.
Shook it off. This was fun. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully, we can do something like this again. And yeah.
Don't be telling me that because I'll text you quick.
Now, yeah, I can do it again.
Same. I'll be there.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much. And make sure y'all tune in next week. We'll be back. I have to talk to DeAndre about what we talking about because you know how we get. But anyway, I love y'all and we will see y'all. And Auntie Nicole said, continue to be the best moms ever. Thanks.
Of course.
I mean, why am I saying thank you? But anyway. All right,
on behalf of us.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
See y'all later.